Well, hello and welcome to our student demonstration for video number 6 on effective practice strategies. This is Eli, and Eli is a rising 4th grader here in Cary, getting ready to start school next week, and he has graciously accepted to come in and help us with a couple of these pieces and show things he has done this summer. Now, these pieces, 2 pieces you're going to see, are just started this summer. The Atwood Sonatina that I've given you several practice ideas, are one of the pieces he's going to play, and he's going to follow that up with the folk dance by Bartok, which is sooner. He just recently got that, so we're going to talk about that in a minute. But Eli, what I want you to do is play the rondo. Just go ahead, no repeats, and just go ahead and play it, just so they give a good baseline for our audience as to where you are on this piece, and I'll step aside. Good, Eli. Okay, not bad for a summer. Okay, so scoot back a little bit more toward the center of the bench. No, this way. All right, when you got nervous over here, your shoulders went up a little bit, so we don't want that to happen. Now, what is the most challenging passage in the whole piece? How come do you think that that is challenging compared to everything else that you basically have worked out hands together? Why is that?
Because there's a really long stretch there.
There's a long stretch, but there's another thing. Do you see it? Here, you have places where you've got 16ths, then 8ths, then 2 quarters while the left hand's playing the Alberti bass. But over here, both hands take off on straight 16th notes, right? All no break, all 16ths, they all go together, which in one way makes it easier because you've got everything lined up. But on another way, it can cause a little bit of finger fumbling, right? So what could we talk about? Well, one of the things to do is downbeat to downbeat, 2 by 2, and 4 by 4. So if you were going to practice this tomorrow, I would tell you to start right here at the end of the piece. I would not come over here and play this. You've got that. We've got to fix this, okay? Now, let's talk about, actually, let's back up, and before we do downbeat by downbeat, let's talk about the magic 9. The magic 9 are 9 different ways that you can practice a passage, okay? And we're going to just do the first 4 and see what it does for us, okay? 9 is a lot to do in 1 week, but 4 isn't. Now, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to forget about these dynamics that they've written in anyway, and you're going to play all of this, these 4 measures, but you're going to play forte and legato, because that's what you're used to is legato. So let's play this. You might want to slow it down just a little bit and play it forte, legato, just this much. Okay, let's fix that. What have we got here? It's bum, 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 right? Does that make sense? It's turning different than this is, isn't it? All right, slow it down just a little bit more so we can get our forte going. Okay, that was no slower. Do you think? Okay, we're going to do this again, only this time you're going to play, and now I'm going to make you go slow. I'm going to have you do forte, but staccato. Now you got to slow it down. No faster, but staccato. All right, just for the sake of, all right, where's your right hand going to be? Okay, here we go. Here we go. That's it. This is an F sharp. You've missed that twice. If I had a pencil, I'd put it in there. Okay, so watch that F sharp, all right? Now, do you see that helped you? Now, I want you to, that was much better. Not perfect, but much better. Now I want you to do the same thing, but I want you to play softly in staccato, not one bit faster, and let's see if we can get that F sharp fixed. Okay. Bravo. All right. Now, what is missing? Soft but legato. Now, no faster, okay? Good. We have to fix that D. We have to fix that F sharp. And if I had a pencil, I'd circle them, but you're going to be a good sport and remember it. Now, what did we do? We just did it 4 times, but we did something different each time, didn't we? We didn't just say, I played it 3 times through mindlessly. We had to think about it, didn't we? What do you think was the most helpful of those 4?
The staccato.
Why do you think so?
Because it's going between each note very slowly, so you can get each note.
Right. It's hard. When you get good at it, you will be able to play it in tempo at staccato. But do you think that playing those staccato loud and soft would help you clean up those spots, the F sharp here and the D?
Yes.
Okay, now let's move on to our downbeat to downbeat. Now, let's say you've done magic 4, magic 9, and you've done 4 of them. Now, suppose the next day you go from downbeat to downbeat. Now, there's 2 things you need to know. You have to go to the downbeat. You can't stop at the bar line. And the second thing is we don't land hard as if we're stopping on that downbeat. So what I'm trying to point out to you is this. You're going to go like this. Here, let me show you. I don't do this and sit because you're not going to do that in your performance. Like that. Ready? Okay. Oh, stop on the downbeat. Ready? And let's play. Well, no, you have to go to the downbeat. Just don't land on it hard is what I'm trying to say. Try it again. No, you're here. You're correct. You're going to go to this note, okay? Perfect. One more time. C in the right. C in the right. There you go. Okay. Now, let's go from this to this downbeat. Ready? And let's play. One more time, and. How about one more time? Make me happy. Good. Now you're going to finish and you're going to go from here to there. Ah, there's that D. Good. Let's do it again. Ready? And. D. All right, and then let's pretend that you've done that, let's say 3 times, and now we're going to do this last little bitty bit. Bravo. Okay, now you've done downbeat to downbeat. Now, let's say the next day or 2 days later, you say, you know what, I'm going to go from here to here. I'm going to do 2 measures by 2, and I'm going to stop at that spot, and then I'm going to go from here to the end. Okay, so take this to that downbeat. Now you're doubling your distance. Yeah, you know what? I don't remember you playing that incorrectly before, but somehow you've worked in a G there. Let's try it again, see if we can get that. We got something we got to work out. Good, and then finish it out. Okay, and so let's say toward the end of the week, you've been dutiful, you've done downbeat, 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 now you're going to go 2 by 2, okay? And I would do that first each day. Then you've put in your good time on that. Now go back and add in the beginning. You can afford, because you worked, you scrub rushed the part that's difficult, right?
Yes.
Any questions on that?
No, not really.
So that's, I would do the magic 9, first 4. Staccato soft, staccato loud. Forte soft, forte loud. And if we were in the studio, because I put everything on a shred sheet, at the end of the lesson, I would go over and I would actually write that out for him, instructions Takes about 2 minutes at the end of the lesson, and I send it by email so everybody has it. So I'm not expecting him to remember that. I follow that up by usually writing it in the score because that helps if the students don't happen to check the homework sheet online every day. Okay? Now we're going to go to the Bar Talk folk dance, and we're just going to work on the first 2 lines. Now, this Eli has hands alone. This is like very brand new, right? Okay, so I want you to play, let me hear the first 2 lines, just the right hand, because we just had 1 lesson on this. This is basically new. That's fine, just that far, okay? Now, the one thing I'm going to tell you is one of the things that makes this piece, gives it lots of flavor, is all the 2-note slurs and the staccatos and the longer 3-note slurs, and then this longer one, we didn't get that. You played pretty much everything staccato except the repeated notes. Can you try it one more time and play with the as marked with staccatos and slurs? That's it. Then legato. Good. Now, one of the things we're going to explain is I assigned this at the end of a lesson, and we didn't get to work on how we might put it together the first week, which is I'm a big proponent of getting hands together or some form of hands together, even if it's just an outline, the very first week. So this is a little unusual, but it's a good for the purposes of today. Now, let's walk over these left-hand notes real quick, and, okay, let go. That's it. Look at that. No. Yes. Right. Persnickety, right? No. Actually, it's an A in the middle with a 2. There you go. Then remember, we did talk about that. Okay, except you have ties here, so you're not going to E sharp, then together, but then that's played together. Okay, we're going to stop there. Okay, now if I were doing this with unlimited time or I had a lot of time in a lesson, I would do the forward chord crawl on that left hand to get really comfortable with it. But we're going to jump ahead. Now, how could you learn this hands together without going crazy and saying, I'm so tired, it's so hard? What are you going to do? What do you think?
Stop after the first line and do it again.
You could. That's how many measures. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines, 6 measures. How about this? Since we haven't done it at all, how about 2 measures by 2 measures by 2 measures? Let's just try that on the first line. So you're going to go from here to here. Okay? Okay, now the right hand's got to do the staccatos, because if I don't get that, you're going to forget it and work it in as a legato piece, and it's not. There you go, a lot better. Okay, now what you're going to do is get used to, we would have done the forward chord crawl at home. In the studio, we would have done that first. Now, let's go ahead and do that one more time, then we'll go to the next one. Good, now let's go to the next one. This is the part. Now, you can play a game with this octave that's giving you trouble and do a shadow. Do you know how to do a shadow? Here you are playing this D major chord, and the problem is I have to get down to this A. Well, we're going to cut the distance. You're thinking, I'm here on an A, and I have to get all the way down to this A. But not really. You're going from here. Your thumb is next door, isn't it? That's the A on the bottom, so I'm really going from here. Do that, just with your thumb. A, G, no, A. Right? Aren't you going from A to G? What am I doing wrong? Yeah, A to G. All right, now play the chord to a single G. Chomp, chord, single G. No, chord, single G. All right, now play bum, 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 B, bum, but don't play that lower A. I'm going to put my finger on it. That's a G. That's a G. No, this is a G, just a plain old G. Yeah, play that with your chord. And then play your D. And then, that's it. Now, if you think your thumb is going from an A to a G, or chord to G, chord to G, I'm thinking thumb to thumb. I'm not going to be overshooting and then getting my hand all out of position. And that's the A down there. It's not so scary if I'm letting my thumb lead. Try that. Let your thumb lead. No, D major triad, right? Now go to the, hey, there you go. Do it again. What do you think? Does that make it easier? Now put that together. Yum, ba, 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 beep, bum. Okay, except then you're back up here, right? D to F sharp. There you go. Now do it one more time. I think you're getting it. Chord, D chord in the left. Almost. Can you imagine what that would sound like if you gave that thumb to thumb idea? Then thumb to chord, chord to thumb, then chord. Let that 5 just shoot out there. Try that. Because that's just a distance thing. No, it's D major triad. No, I want this, D major triad. Now go out to your thumb on G, and yes, that's what we got. That's what's holding you up. Do you see, by thinking it differently, by thinking thumb to thumb next door neighbor, you're not getting overshot, because if you don't realize that that thumb is just going one step down, then you're overshooting, you're getting your hand out of position, you don't know where you are, and it's like, okay, I got to read these notes. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So what you could do, even if you got, by next week, you could do 2 measures, hands together, by 2, then by 2. Then yes, go 4 by 4, 4 by 4, 4 by 4. And you could have easily the whole, you might even have the whole thing, hands together, under tempo, but you between working on those chords that you have to do that little teeny bit of a extension, and working 2 by 2 and then 4 by 4, you would have this hands together without being frustrated. It beats starting at the beginning and just hammering all the way down and hoping that the left hand's going to know what to do, right? We already know the right hand knows what it's supposed to do. It's the left hand that's the issue here. Just because you have to then put it in space. You can also do the forward chord crawl in the left hand to just get those chords worked out so that you're not trying to do too much at one time. Then put it together and you've got it, right? Any questions on that?
No, not.
So this piece is like really new. Like we just started the right hand before I went away on vacation, didn't we? That was it. So he worked some of the left hand out on his own, all right? So we'd like to thank Eli today and his wonderful dad and sister for bringing him along. Come on over this way so they could say goodbye to you. Eli's starting 4th grade and we're starting up the studio next week, aren't we?
Yes.
Full blast. And you want festival music, I assume?
Yes.
He wants festival music. I told him if we got these well underway, he'd get some festival music, but he did what? I don't know, 4 pieces this summer?
I think more than that.
More than that? He did a lot. So now it's time for the real stuff, right? The festival stuff.
Yes.
So we would like to thank you. Please, if you enjoy our videos, please press subscribe so you will know when the new video comes out. And we hope to speak with you on another video soon. Thank you for watching.